Right now, we're going to welcome in Emma Finnegan. She's a junior at Ocean City, one of the stars of the Red Raiders basketball team. Good morning, Emma.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good.
You taking a little rest today? You got a big game tomorrow night. So what's on the schedule for today?
Well, we have practice at 9 o'clock, so Ruthie wants to get in a little bit more before our game tomorrow.
Okay. And then rest of the day,
That's
kind of
pretty
just
much
chill,
it.
relax?
Yeah, other than that, just hang out, maybe go to the games today. That's about it.
Yeah, real big weekend over there at Ocean City, the 97.3 ESPN shootout. How cool is that to host? You guys have the tip-off weekend as well, so a couple of different basketball tournaments at Ocean City. Kind of a cool thing for you girls. You get to hang out and see a lot of these teams. I'm sure you know a lot of the players on some of the teams competing today, so that's kind of a really cool thing to be able to be the host school and just kind of hang out and watch a couple great basketball games.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that it's an all-girls tournament, too, because the girls' teams, they're all pretty much like the same. They're all competitive. No one really blows each other out that much, so I think it's going to be a really competitive weekend with a lot of really close games.
Now, Emma, talk about your team a little bit. You guys struggled a little bit coming back from that break in Florida where you went down and played a couple games in Florida over the Christmas break and then had a little bit of troubles there early in January. But you guys have really turned it on lately. You won 5 in a row. You're now 10-3 and only a game behind Mainland in the Cal National. What's been the biggest difference for you guys now as opposed to maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Well, I think with any team, it takes a little bit of adjustment to get used to each other, how we play. Even though we've played, in the past, it's different without the seniors here. So I think now that we're all kind of acclimated to how each other play and we have all the plays in and Brucey really has connected us as a team, I think it's a lot easier for us to mesh on the court.
Emma, take us inside the mind of Paul Baruffi a little bit. Everybody knows how great of a coach he is. He's won, more than 300 games, and he's one of those coaches where when you're an opposing coach, you better have all your P's and Q's in line because he's going to come up with all kind of crazy stuff to counter what you do. And how does that work on a day-to-day basis when you're at practice facing, like, for instance, tomorrow you have Mainland, and you faced them one time already. You guys lost to them. I'm sure there's going to be all kind of things you guys are working on to try to counter what they're doing.
Well, I think our coaching staff is just amazing. Like our assistant coaches, they come up with so many drills that help us in our offenses and defenses. But I think the main thing is our plays. We have a play for any kind of defense that they could come up with. And it's just really great that we can go from a 2-3, a 3-2, a man, a press, a 1-3-1. We can go to anything in 1 second, and it's really nice that everyone can transition really nicely.
What's it like when you make a bad play and you look over it and Baruffi's giving you that stare and kind of stomping his feet and getting all agitated?
Yeah. I think when I was a freshman, I would get really, really scared. I was more like, oh, my God. I was like, what is he going to do to me? But now, as I've matured, I've realized that he just wants me to get back and just not let anything else bad happen because of that. His main thing is just keep your head up and don't look over at him. Just get back on defense. And he's not going to take you out for a bad play. He's going to take you out for bad attitude.
It's funny. Danielle Donahue seems to brush him off pretty easily. All right, Coach. Yeah, I know what I did wrong.
Yeah, and if you don't have that mentality, you're just going to get scared, and then you're going to play scared. So we all know he means well, and we all know he's actually not going to be mad at us off the court. But in the moment, it's just hard for him to take a step back.
Definitely. Talk about this team a little bit, Emma. You guys have some pretty experienced players in girls like Danielle Donahue, like we mentioned, Tori Rolls, Savannah Holt. We also have some girls that maybe some people don't know about, like Molly Hoffman. I've been impressed with her. She's had a great season so far and really helps you out on the low blocks, getting rebounds and things like that. She's not going to be the player who gets her name in the headline for scoring 20 points a lot of times, but she's been playing a nice role for you guys.
I think that they all just come together, especially Molly. When she was a freshman, no one really knew her. Sophomore, she kind of had a couple points, but she just works so hard. Her work ethic is amazing. She'll go out, she'll play with herself for hours in the summer, and it really just shows. From last year, the way that she has improved is amazing. And it's just really nice to have that other player, on the court. Because, you can have maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 good players, but if you have all 5 that can contribute something each game, it's really fun to play.
Yeah, there's not much glamour in spending summer afternoons by yourself at the court and working on your moves and shooting free throws, but really pays off when you get into the season, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're talking with Emma Finnegan, junior at Ocean City. They've got a big game against Mainland tomorrow night at 7 p.m., the finale of the 97-3 ESPN girls basketball shootout. And, Emma, you've been playing against Kylie Watson for your entire career, and you've had to go up against her a number of times. How difficult is it to guard her? I mean, she's one of the best players in the nation. And what do you try to do to stop her? I mean, she's gotten so much better this year in terms of stepping away from the basket, being able to take somebody off the dribble. It's really a challenge as a defender.
Yeah, I've been playing against Kylie since I was in 4th grade, and I'm really good friends with Kylie off the court, too. So I think that the main focus of us is to just shut her down. We usually just double team, or I'll stay ahead and then someone will also come behind and help guard. It's really a matter of just help defense because, I mean, she on any level is an amazing player. She's going to go to a huge college and be so successful. But our main goal is just try to limit her. We know we cannot stop her from scoring anything, but we're going to limit her as much as we possibly can.
How much have you learned from playing against her? I mean, that's really a next-level player, a top-tier Division I prospect. How much do you learn about yourself when you're playing against a player like that? I mean, it's not like going up against your normal high school forward.
I think what I learned when I play against her is that if you play up to her level, then you can guard her. Because sometimes maybe players, they'll think going into the game, oh, my God, I can't guard her. She's too good for me. But if you have the mindset of saying, I can guard this person and I'm good enough to guard this person, then you're going to be able to guard them a lot better than you normally would.
Emma, how confident is your team now? I mean, you guys have won 5 straight. You've kind of gotten back into the conversation as far as the Cape Atlantic League tournament and one of the higher seeds. Obviously, still a lot of work to do to gain one of those top 4 seeds and get a home game in the first round. But even if you don't, you'll probably still be in the mix for that tournament. Where's the confidence level of this team, and what do you guys need to work on most to really be competitive coming up in February?
I think we're taking each game as it goes, game by game. We're not trying to worry about a game we have next week. We're just worrying about the game tomorrow, which I think is really nice. And during practices, if you come to one of our practices, the main emphasis is scoring. And not that people are scoring like themselves, it's that he doesn't care about the individual scorer. He doesn't care about the 1,000 points or doesn't care about your 30 points a game staying in. He wants the team to win, and he wants the team victory. He's all about the team victory, and I think that has really helped us throughout the season because it is hard to stay focused when you're playing a bad team and you're up by 20 and you realize, man, I could be scoring a lot more than I am right now, but I'm on the bench and letting my teammates get some playing time. So I think it's just with games like tomorrow, we know it's going to be close, and we know that we're all going to have to contribute, and it's not going to just be one person saying, I got this. It has to be the whole team coming together and saying, like, we got this.
We're talking with Emma Finnegan, junior at Ocean City. And, Emma, there's been games in the past in Ocean City, and it's kind of always been their style to really run a slow, deliberate offense. I remember one game you played Mainland, and it was, I think, 29-28 in overtime, the final score. But this year, a little bit different. You guys are kind of pushing the pace a little bit, scoring in the 50s and 60s. How different is that for you guys? And I'm sure you like it as a player. You get to get up and down the court a little bit more and not have these minute-and-a-half long possessions. So a little bit of a different philosophy this year, I guess, for Coach Baruffi.
I think that's because of a couple of reasons. First of all, we have a different dynamic of a team this year. Last year we had the only starter we had was Michaela Baker, and she was absolutely amazing. But the other 4 of us, we've never started in a varsity game before. So Baruffi kind of took a step back and was like, all right, you guys need some time to adjust. But this year, now that we have 4 of our starters back, and it's amazing to say, you know, we can run so much faster. We know all the plays so much better, and we know the speed of the game. So I think that's why we're scoring more, is because we're a more experienced team than we were last year.
Emma, real quick before we let you go, Game up to 11, you against your younger brother Tommy. What's the final score and who's winning?
I don't know. I mean, I think you'd honestly just dunk on me at that point.
He's really starting to come along. I mean, he's a freshman, right? So he's kind of getting his feet wet on the varsity level.
Yeah, he's getting some really good minutes. He's contributing to his team, and it's just really cool to see, my brother playing the same high school as me. We go to the same high school. I drive him to school every day, and it's really cool to play the same sport as them. If I can catch a game every once in a while, if I don't have one.
Who does your dad think is a better player right now?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, in baseball, he would kill me, but I guess right now.
Now, your old man's on the police force there in Ocean City. I guess that keeps you in line as a high school student, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. All the cops know Finnegan, so if I ever get pulled over, I'm never going to live it down.
Well, stay within the speed limit there, Emma.
Oh, I'll try.
Thanks, Emma. Appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of Saturday and get ready for Mainland on Sunday night. It's going to be a great game, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
You got it. Have a good weekend, Emma.
All right, you too.
That was Emma Finnegan of Ocean City girls basketball team. They're taking on Mainland tomorrow night at 7. That's the finale of the 97.3 ESPN girls shootout event.